Astronomy, Ohio State University, and their team. And it is my pleasure to have the Dean of Faculty of Engineering, Dr. Wael Degwi, and Dr. Lotfi, the key person behind this agreement. And it's our pleasure to have all of you here from Faculty of Engineering and Faculty of Science. Dr. Wael, you want to say something?
Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to say that I first met Dr. Sultana more than a year ago, or almost 2 years. We met in our office with Dr. Lotfi, and start with this agreement, and then the revolution came, and I thought that everything is completely dead or finished. Or when Dr. Lotfi phoned me yesterday saying we'll sign the agreement tomorrow, I said, well, I have in my calendar the meeting will be on Thursday. She said we have some changes and we would like you to be around tomorrow at 1. I said, well, I have my lecture. She said, please. And when Dr. Lotfi said to me, please, I can't say no. And fortunately, I found a colleague that took place for my lecture, and I am happy to see this agreement signed today in the presence of Dr. Gamal as Vice President for our, I would say, State University, as Ohio is a State University, our Cairo University is a State University or a governmental university. And I understood that Dr. Gamal the Dean of Faculty of Science is a little bit busy, and Dr. Said Fahim, welcome you, and I welcome you all, and thank you very much, Dr. Lotfi, for your efforts, and Dr. Sultana, and Dr. Gamal, if you have anything. Thank you very much.
Dr. Lotfi, you want to say something?
I really feel so happy today because we have initiated this agreement in only 2 days at Ohio State University, and it's been signed there in only 2 days. The first day I went with Professor Sultana. She gave the idea, and we discussed that with Professor Steiner, and he was so enthusiastic. He said, next day, come. The agreement was written in English, and he signed that he approves this agreement. And then I thought that in Egypt we shall do the same thing. But of course, we had the revolution at that time. Immediately after we met Professor Wael Degwi and Professor Deen of the Faculty of Science at that time, in December. And in January, the revolution started and everything stopped. But then I tried to initiate it once more. It takes long time because in Egypt we have to take the approval of so many important ministries, like the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Higher Education. And during the first part of the year, the ministers were changing all the time. And at last it's been signed during Professor, I think, Mu'taz, because Professor Mu'taz was actually our vice president before for such things. So he enhanced this, and it went to the Supreme Council of Universities, and at last it came to be officialized. And now is the most important part of the agreement is that Professor Gamal he is the Vice President for Research, and our Vice President for Research, the ex-Vice President of Research, is now Minister of Higher Education. So we hope then that Dr. Gamal will be the Minister of Higher Education if you started.
You know what happened to the minister, so it's
actually we came from the back door. So of course I must not forget that Professor Habib Sirajuddin is also involved in the agreement through the Faculty of Engineering. He is supposed to be the Legion Officer for Engineering Cooperation. I am supposed to be the Legion Officer for the Faculty of Science with all the departments, and especially the Physics Department and the Astronomy Department as well. So I'm really happy that things are figured to be finalized in presence of all these distinguished visitors and members of the Faculty of Science. And I'm really happy that Dr. Khalid is doing the first official important thing today. So thank you very much. Maybe Dr. Nahar would like to say something if the Vice President approves.
Before we get to Dr. Sultana Nahar, I wish to welcome also our dear guest, Dr. Muhammad Osman Awadallah from Sudan, from Lotfi University, and Dr. Imran from India, and also Dr. Hossein Ali Abdelhadi from King Saudi Arabia in Medina Al-Munawwara College of Pharmacy, Cairo. So it's our pleasure to have all of you with us, and now we'll hear a speech from Dr. Sultana.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm very honored to be at this last moment. Actually, we have worked on this for at least more than 2 years actually. And there are problems, but it was more on the Egyptian side than at the Ohio State side. Because there are a lot of formalities to be performed at Cairo University, and all these efforts have been successfully done, and I really appreciate what has been done. And I just pray that this agreement, a very successful collaboration starts in terms of research, education, training, and also submitting proposals. And I'm honored to hear that. I pray that Allah bless us with successes. Thank you.
It's also our pleasure to have Dr. Said, the Vice Dean of Faculty of Science, and will give us his speech.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. It's nice to meet you here. It's my pleasure to attend this agreement, or welcome this agreement between the Ohio State University and Cairo University in Egypt. I think it's good for us, for all of us, to cooperate in all fields of science and engineering. This promotes further cooperation, and I hope it promotes further cooperation in all fields of science. Thank you very much.
We have also to appreciate that today we are having a workshop, international workshop, and we are having with us today attending this important signing of the agreement, Professor Chankina from KAIST, which is one of the most eminent institutes all over the world. Professor KAIST is the director of the Univ X-ray Laser Center, and also Professor J. Wu An from the same institute, Shazia, from Lahore University in Pakistan. We're really very happy that all of us, with also the Egyptian Dr. Jamila, Dr. Gamal, and Dr. Khaled, and who's sitting beside you, Khaled, yes, we shall give some thanks to Ms. Ham because she's been working with us for such a very long time. We have already started the cooperation actually last year with Professor Freeman, who paid us, 4 of us, to go for 2 weeks. He paid the tickets, he paid the stay, he paid the cooperation and training fees. So before signing. So this is a very good thing. Thank you very much, sir.
So we started already the cooperation before signing the contract.
Yes.
So the delay was only for signing, but we started to work on it.
Yes. We started the cooperation through a project. So we had a combined project